Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lecture, we will learn the fifth unit of Teaching of English, Assessment. After completing this chapter, students will be able to know the different elicitation techniques of assessment that can be used in the classroom to check the performance of the students, and they can understand the administration of test, the psychological and physical administration settings of test in which test can be conducted without any difficulty and without any problem. And last one, they can design the test. They will learn the different steps of constructing the test, and after completing this chapter they will be able to design a test. They can understand how to develop a test by using the different steps. First of all, test. What is the test? Some things such as series of questions or exercises can be considered as tests that can be used for measuring the skill, knowledge, intelligence, capacities, and aptitudes of an individual or group. Simply put, a test refers to a tool, technique, or a method that is intended to measure students' knowledge or their ability to complete a particular task. In this sense, testing can be considered as a form of assessment. Tests should meet some basic requirements such as validity and reliability. Validity is the characteristics of a test that it should measure for what it is intended to measure, and reliability also the characteristics of a test that is the consistency of test. The test should measure with consistency what it is supposed to measure. So there are different types of tests. Placement test. It is designed to help educators place a student into a particular level or selection of a language curriculum or school. Diagnostic test. They help teacher and learner to identify the strengths and weaknesses and the problematic areas of the student's performance. Proficiency test. They are used to measure a learner's level of language, and achievement tests that are intended to measure the skills and knowledge learned after some kind of instructions. There are two types of testing, formal testing and informal testing. Testers are told in advance what they need to know, what the criteria are for success, and so on. When the proper instructions are given to the students, it is considered the formal testing. And when the students are not given the proper instructions about the testing situations, it is known as the informal testing. For example, a homework assignment, questions asked during the routine, give and take of classroom interaction, textbook exercises. And any informal activity can be considered in the informal testing that are used to check the students' performance of their learning tasks. Here are some elicitation techniques that can be used to check the students' performance that we will discuss one by one in detail. Number one is question answer technique. These can be used to test almost anything. The more close the question is, that is, the fewer the possible options for correct answer, the easier the item will be to mark. It is fairly easy to compose and grade close-ended questions. More open thought-provoking ones are more difficult but may actually test better. Simply questions very often following reading or as part of an interview. Many require short or long answers. What is family relationship between David Copperfield and Mr. Murdstone? It is the type of open-ended question. Next one is true false. A statement is given which is to be marked true or false. This may also be given as an question, in which case the answer is yes or no. Students are required to give bipolar answer. Addis Ababa is the capital of Egypt. Is Addis Ababa is the capital of Egypt? We can give the statement in two forms, in declarative form and in the simple sentence. This does not directly test writing or speaking abilities, only listening or reading. It may be used to test aspects of language such as vocabulary, grammar, content of a reading or listening passage. It is fairly easy to design. It is also easy to administer, whether orally or in writing, and easy to mark. Next one is multiple choice. The questions consist of a stem and a number of options. Usually they are 4 in number, from which the testee has to select the right one. A person who writes book is called A option, a booker; B option, an editor; C option, an author; and D option, a publisher. Testees are given one statement with 4 distractors, from which he or she have to choose a right answer. This may be used for the same testing purpose as true or false items. It does test rather more thoroughly since it offers more optional answers and is obviously very soon to mark. It is easy to administer, but note that since the reading of the question and options is fairly time consuming, the process of comprehension of the actual question items may take more time and effort than the point ostensibly tested. Another important problem is that good multiple choice questions are surprisingly difficult to design. They often come out ambiguous or with no clear right directions, answers with their solutions. They are to be approached with caution. Next one is gap filling and completion or filling the blanks. The testee has to complete a sentence by filling a gap or adding something suitable in the filling the blank. A gap may or may not be singled by a blank or dash. The word to be inserted may or may not be given or hinted at. You can see the examples here. He usually tests grammar or vocabulary as the examples. It is tedious to compose, though not so difficult as multiple choice. It is more easily administered in writing than in speech. The marking is usually simple. You may need to be aware that there is more than one possible right answer. Next one is matching. Matching the column or items that needed to be tested. The testee is faced with two groups of words, phrases, or sentences. Each item in the first group has to be linked to a different item in the second column. You can see the example here. This usually tests vocabulary and is rather awkward to administer orally. Thus, it is best presented in the written form, on the board, on the piece of the paper, though responses may be either oral or in writing. Items can be time consuming and difficult to compose, and again, there may be alternative right answers to any particular item. Answers are fairly easily checked. Next one is dictation. The testee dictates a passage or set of words. Tester dictates a passage or set of words and the testee writes them down. This mainly tests spelling, perhaps punctuation, and perhaps surprisingly on the face of it, listening comprehension. People can only usually write words down accurately from dictation if they understand them. It does not, however, test other writing skill or speech and involves very little reading. It may supply some information on tests, passive knowledge of pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary. It is very easy to prepare and administer. It is relatively easy to mark, though there may be a problem deciding how much weight to attribute to different mistakes. Next one is clause. Words are omitted from a passage at regular intervals. For example, every seventh word, usually the first 2 or 3 lines are given with no gaps. You can see the example here. The passage is given with the filling the blanks or with the missing words that is required by testee to fill with accurate answers. This tests intensive reading, spelling, and to some extent knowledge of vocabulary and grammar. It can be adapted to target specific language items by, for example, omitting all the verbs, in which case it is not strictly speaking clause but rather gap filling. It is fairly easy to prepare and administer. Marking can be tricky. You may find it difficult sometimes to decide if a specific item is acceptable or not acceptable. Transformation. A sentence is given, the testee has to change it according to some given instruction. For example, put into the past tense, I go to school by bus. This item is relatively easy to design, administer and mark, but its validity may be suspect. It tests the ability of the testee to transform grammatical structures, which is not same as testing grammar. A testee may perform well-known transformation items without knowing the meaning of the target structure or how to use it in the context. Marking is fairly straightforward in this type. Next one is rewriting. A sentence is given, the testee rewrites it, incorporating a given change of expression but preserving the basic meaning. He came to the meeting in spite of his illness, although this tests the same sort of things as transformation, but is likely to reflect more through knowledge of the target items since it involves paraphrasing the entire meaning of a sentence rather than transforming a particular item. Tests are required to rewrite the passage and paragraph. It is, however, more difficult to compose and the marking may be more subjective. It is, its name suggests, as usually done in writing. Translation. The testee is asked to translate expressions, sentences, or entire passage to or from the target language. A technique which at the time of writing is for various reasons rather popular but in many opinions undeservedly so. In a monolingual class whose teacher also speak the learner's mother tongue, the translation of a bit of language to or from the target language can give very quick and reliable information on what the testee does or does not know, particularly when it involves entire unit of meaning, phrase or sentences within a non-context. Marking may sometimes be more difficult, but not prohibitively so. Next one is essay. The testee is given a topic such as childhood memories and other topics, a road accident, my first day at college, school, etc., a picnic day, and asked to write an essay of a specific length. This is a good test of general writing abilities. It is relatively easy to provide a topic and tell the class to write an essay about it, but marking is extremely difficult and time consuming. It must be clear in advance both to you and to your students how much emphasis you are going to lay on language forms such as spelling, grammar, punctuation, and how much on aspect of content such as interest and originality of the ideas, creativity of the ideas, expression of the students, and originations. Monologue. The testee is given a topic or question and asked to speak about it for a minute or two. which you will choose to use for a certain testing purpose will probably depend mainly on the following considerations. Different dialogues, jokes, comics can be considered as monologue. This tests orally fluency in long terms. Sometimes not everyone can do in their mother tongue. It also tests overall knowledge of pronunciation, grammar and vocabulary. And also it tests the communication skills of the testee. To choose a topic and allot it, it is not so difficult. To assess it is very difficult indeed, demanding concentration and a very clear set of criteria and weighting system. The next topic is administration of test. Test administration is concerned with the physical and psychological setting in which students take the test. Few the students do their best. It is concerned with providing optimum conditions for obtaining the pupils' responses. The guiding principle in administering the test is that pupils must be given a fair chance to demonstrate their achievements of the learning outcomes being measured. It involves providing conducive physical and psychological environment. Now we will discuss one by one in detail the physical administration of the test and the psychological administration of the test. The physical administrations of test means to provide the adequate physical conditions or comfortable physical conditions in which the pupil can in which we can obtain the true responses of the pupil without any haphazard settings and situations. It includes provide them adequate workspace कि easily वो अपना टेस्ट कर सकें, कंफर्टेबल सेटिंग होनी चाहिए उनके लिए, कंफर्टेबल सिटिंग्स होनी चाहिए, फिजिकल कंडीशंस में फर्नीचर से लेकर एटमॉस्फेयर तक तमाम चीज़ें शामिल हैं. प्रॉपर लाइट होनी चाहिए, प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन हो, कंफर्टेबल टेम्परेचर हो और कंफर्टेबल और क्वाइट एटमॉस्फेयर प्रोवाइड किया जाए जिसमें टेस्टिस जो हैं वो मुकम्मल इत्मीनान के साथ अपना टेस्ट मुकम्मल कर सकें और किसी भी किस्म की डिफ़िकल्टी और प्रॉब्लम से उनके रिस्पॉन्सेस, उनकी परफॉर्मेंसेस जो हैं वो इफ़ेक्टेड ना हों. प्रॉपर एटमॉस्फेयर उन्हें टेस्टिंग के लिए प्रोवाइड किया जाए जहां पर ये तमाम चीज़ें मौजूद हों. एडिक्वेट वर्क स्पेस, प्रॉपर लाइट, प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन, कंफर्टेबल टेम्परेचर एंड प्रॉपर फिजिकल सिटिंग्स. प्रोवाइड देम a comfortable psychological atmosphere, conducive psychological atmosphere, free from any kind of threatening or pressure, in which they can truly give the reflection of their performance. Here are some suggestions for the administration of the test. Do not talk unnecessarily before the test. टीचर को चाहिए कि टेस्ट से पहले वो गैर ज़रूरी बातों से गुरेज करे. मिनिमम इंटरप्शंस रखे ड्यूरिंग द टेस्ट. और अगर स्टूडेंट्स किसी क्वेश्चन को अंडरस्टैंड नहीं कर पाते या किसी इंडिविजुअल आइटम के बारे में पूछते हैं तो टीचर जस्ट स्टूडेंट्स को गाइड करे, ना कि स्टूडेंट्स को आंसर के हिंट्स दिए जाएं और चीटिंग को डिस्करेज किया जाए इफ़ इट इज़ नेसेसरी. These are the some administration suggestion for the administration of the good administration of the test.